Hello and welcome to Angry Andy Reviews, and this is my review for Baghead.
Angry Andy.
Angry Andy Reviews.
Angry Andy. Angry Andy.
Angry Andy Reviews.
Angry Andy.
Angry Andy Reviews.
Angry Andy.
Angry Andy Reviews. Angry Andy Reviews.
Don't make me destroy you.
So, Baghead is a haunted house kind of feature, starring Freya Allen, who, if you're familiar with her, she was in Netflix's The Witcher, playing Ciri alongside Henry Cavill. And here she plays a struggling art student who inherits an empty, disused pub from her estranged father, and she sets off to Germany with her friend, and in the pub itself, there is a, bizarrely, in the basement, a shape-shifting fucking demon who has the ability to bring back the dead and allow them to be communicated with, but only for a couple of minutes. The demon, after giving you this ability to speak to the dead, ends up dealing consequences whereby they will end up controlling you, and it causes the predictable misery and disappointment and horror for the person, whoever it is that's being controlled or possessed. It's another fucking possession kind of shit. But the problem is with this film the idea has already been dealt with in a previous film. Talk to Me, which was released last fucking year, no less, dealt with this exact same frigging premise, except it was a grotesque monkey paw kind of hand thing, whereby if you held it and said, talk to me, you could communicate with the dead, and then there were obviously rampant consequences after that. The film dealt with it in a terrifying way. It was clever, it was unique, it was freaky as fuck. This film, it's just tired, generic, boring, and because this film has an unfortunate title, a bag of shit. It's just, God Almighty. Do people not write good dialogue anymore? Do people not care about good dialogue? The thing with horror films is, you have the premise. You can't just run with the premise and leave it at this fucking bare bones. You need hardened fucking writing and dialogue to sell the fucking premise so that your actors have something to work with so they can create tension. Here, yes, the fucking pub is dreary and scary and has cobwebs in the fucking corner, but there is nothing else there's nothing else to it. There's no tension, there's no horror. When we see this fucking demon creature witch thing come the end of the film, of course, it's just a fucking disfigured, fucking hideously grotesque figure. There's nothing clever or unique about it. What would have been more interesting if it was actually just a fucking hideous hag-like fucking witch? You would have gone, oh fucking hell, at least they harken back to the old days. But no, here it's just another screaming, squelching fucking being that we've seen again and again in generic fucking horror movies over the last fucking 10 years. Stop it. Absolutely stop it. I mean, couple that with, unfortunately, hideously terrible acting. My God, the performances are dire. Oh, they're laughable, and whether that's because of the utterly disgraceful levels of shit dialogue, I don't know. Whether it's bad directing, or they just left to the wolves, these actors, I don't know. But it's all terrible. It's terrible throughout. There's the logic in this film is, stretched thin, and you don't necessarily need logic, but you need a solid foundation to work with in horror movies. And if you don't have a solid foundation that works, you're not going to get anything from your story. It just becomes generic, tired, and pointless, which is exactly what this fucking film is. It's, like I said, the atmosphere is fine. It looks okay in places, the set and the designs and whatever, but there's nothing else to it. There's nothing beyond that. There's nothing to add to it, to fill it out. It's awful. Absolutely awful. it's not even B-movie level, this. And unfortunately, what few promising ideas there are there in this film don't go anywhere. It just becomes a dishevelled, threadless fucking sack. It's just, why call your film? Just because, oh, she's wearing the fucking bag on her head. Yeah, we'll just call it that because it's dead simple. But you just line yourself up there for fucking punches, and you're going to get the punches. Because, unfortunately, this is a bag of absolute shit. It's a bag of arse inside another bag of shit. Just wrap it up, put it in the fucking bin and leave it. You can always tell, unfortunately, if your film doesn't release in October and releases in January and it's a horror movie, it's been put out to fucking die, hasn't it? And that's what this film is. Just death on screen. Just misery, disappointment. The film tries to do too much rather than holding itself back and playing with what it should be playing with on the simplest terms and honing the actors and refining the dialogue. But no, it just falls short of every single opportunity it has. And it's not even scary. It's not even scary. It just trundles through the predictable, inevitable plot lines that we've seen time and time again until it ends and everybody leaves disappointedly. And that's where we are. An absolute waste of 10 whole British pounds, an absolute waste of my precious, mediocre time spent on a tedious, mediocre movie. What a damn shame. Unfortunately for this film, I have got absolutely nothing positive to say beyond the set looking interesting, I suppose. And for that reason, I am giving this film a dreadful 2 out of 10. Yes, that is right. 2 out of 10. Cannot recommend you spend your time on this film whatsoever. Go and see something else. Or wait. This film, of course, released alongside Oscar bait films because it's just going to trundle off into disappointment, hoping that tweens will rock up to see the tedium and they'll just watch TikTok on their phones while they're in the screens, because that was exactly what was happening. 2 out of 10. If you enjoyed this review, please do leave a like or dislike it if you really enjoyed the film. If you did, get better taste. That is on you. Subscribe to the channel for more reviews like this. Thank you very much for watching. Appreciate all the watchers, all the subscribers. Trying to build this little community. So do leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts on this film or other films like it. Better films like it. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.